Hello, it's Andrew here from Life and Pick Row, and today we're going to look at bare-rooted hedges and how to plant them. It's that time of year where you can still get bare-rooted hedges, and it does save you a lot of money in the long run, and I advise everyone to plant a hedge. It's really good for wildlife. Now, normally when your bare-rooted hedges come, they come in a box like this, which says live plants, pointing that way. Now, the biggest mistake that most people make is they open it and they try and yank the plants out. But if you look carefully around the box, you'll notice there's a tag, a Kindle tag normally, and that's holding your plants in. And all you need to do is get your secateurs in, if you can, and snip it off. And the plants are free now. And you can just reach into the box, put your hand in, and go, ah! No, there's nothing in there. Why would I do that? And out they come. Box gone, plants there. Now, they've been in transit for a while. These are hornbeams. And even though they're lovely wrapped up and keeping all that moisture in, they're going to have to go in a bucket of water for at least, well, for the most, I would say, 20 minutes. And that way, the roots will rehydrate and they'll get away a lot faster. So I'm just going to pop these in a bucket of water for 20 minutes, leave them there, and then I'll show you how to plant them. And it's so easy. These have been soaking for the last 20 minutes. I've not undone them, as you can see, because it's easier just leave them soaking as a whole. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them open. So I'm going to go over here, just step over, and I'm going to get down on my hands and knees, because that's where I normally work. It's a lot easier. As you can see, we've prepared a bed going right across the garden. We've done that by using one of the old irrigation ditches and just filling it up with the loam that we stacked a few years ago and that we've recently shifted. So as you can see, nice friable soil to plant into. And again, lovely to see people using hessian string. Now I've got 24 of these. I'm going to stagger these at roughly 8-inch rows. So there's going to be 8 inches between each plant, and there's going to be 8 inches between each row. And that will create hopefully a thick, dense hedge. So use the plants you're going to be using, put the rest back into the bucket of water. It won't harm them, but at least you have these ready, okay? And this variety is hornbeam. We like hornbeam here. Simple reason we like hornbeam is that it's really good in awkward soils and in soils that go wet and go dry. We do like hazel. We do have hazel, but hazel tends to be a bit more fussy. So we'll just leave them there. We're going to put these back into the bucket of water. So now what? So, how easy is it to plant a bare-rooted hedge? Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to take my spade like so, you see it, just there, or I'm going to move it over there we are, we'll put it there so you can see it. I'm going to put it there, and all I do is, down we go, waggle, nice little slip, make sure I'm getting in deep, and then I'm going to take one of my hornbeam, which you can see here, find one, there we go, and all it does is in to the slit like that and cover over, and that's it. I'm going to do all of this now all the way down, then I'm going to show you how to prune it. So always follow the guidelines on the planting instructions which you'll get. I've got mine here, I'll just show you them quickly. Yeah, there's my planting instructions. So what you need to do is, because this is hornbeam, if I left that as it was, it'd grow up into a 20-foot tree. I don't want that, I want a hedge. I want it to bush out. So you have to remove between 1/3 and 1/2. I do about 1/3, so I go to there, off it comes, down to a shoot. And what will happen now is that will bush out, and I'll get a lovely hedge. You don't believe me? I'll show you an old hedge that I've moved. I'll just show it you. I've literally just moved this and incorporated it into the new hedge. I've put the older hedge by the opening that's going to go out into the wildflower meadow. I've not put a gate on. I don't want a gate going through there, plainly because I want to be able to see it. It's a nice thing. It's a design thing. But as you can see, when I originally pruned this and put it in the ground, look how thick it's got. Yes, the plants are roughly 12 inches apart, but once they grow and swell, they get about to anything between 8 to 9 inches apart. They get really thick, and you can see all the way down here, all these branches that have come off, and I've pruned all them again as well, even though I've moved it, and it's an older hedge. It's only about 5 years old. See how thick it is already? And I've knobbed off the top, and it'll bush out again. Hornbeam is really forgiving. So that's how you plant a hedge. That's how easy it is. And I don't understand why people don't plant more hedges. It's really good for wildlife. Even if I'm sat here, the robin keeps coming down and going in between them. I'm going to carry on pruning them. I'm going to water them. I'm going to keep my eye on them, make sure they don't dry out throughout the spring and summer. And this time, 4 years from now, I will have a 3 to 4 foot high hedge. Now, just to give you an idea, I was going to have a wall built up here, really good wall, a fantastic waller, and he quoted me 1,500 quid to do that, and that's fine. I expected that, but then I had to question whether I really wanted a wall or whether I wanted a hedge, or whether I wanted a fence. And wood's gone through the roof as well, so a wooden fence, which was 20 foot long, now cost roughly, well, it was something like a ballpark of 450, 500 quid, so half to a third of the wall. This hedge has cost me £28, including postage. So it is worth it investing in a hedge. Yes, there is maintenance. Yes, you have to cut them down every year, but they will outlive you, and a fence will not. A dry stone wall will. That's why they're so expensive, and they're worth it. We've got one at the bottom, which is a retaining wall, but we had to kind of think what we really wanted up here, and hedges are great for a natural windbreak, and that's what we really wanted, and that's what we've got. So if you like what we do, subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm begging you. No, just subscribe, and you'll get updates every Saturday, either from me or Carol. So it's bye from me, Andrew, from Life on Pig Row, and until next time, bye bye.